Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Late last night I posted a video showing an analysis of an entire case of Double Masters 2022 opened by Rudy from Alpha Investments. One of my channel subscribers alerted me to another case that was opened yesterday by Joey Moss from Bad Boy Gaming. In this video I'll be performing a review of the case opened by Bad Boy Gaming and comparing the value of that case to the one seen on Alpha Investments. You can call it an informal battle if you want. I'll drop links below to both channels and their openings in the description. And with that, let's get into it. This chart shows the rare and mythic cards Joey shared from the main set and all of the borderless foil etched and textured foils during the opening. I did not track the commons or uncommons from the main set as Joey skipped over most of these during his opening. Looking at the data, we can see a high concentration in the borderless category with 96 non-foils and 95 foils making an appearance. We saw exactly 32 etched foils, 1 per pack, and 2 of the textured foils, which took the place of 1 foil borderless in each pack. In this collector case, we saw 60 unique non-foil borderless cards, which accounts for 75% of the borderless cards in the set. In the foil space, we saw 59 borderless cards. Only 30 of the 32 foil etched cards were unique, giving Joey 19% coverage of the foil etched cards in the set. Finally, we saw 2 of the 5 textured foils, giving him 40% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, strictly looking at the non-foil borderless cards, we saw all 9 of the commons and all 21 of the uncommons. We also saw 21 of the borderless rares and 8 mythics. In the foil etch space, we saw 22% of the rares and 10% of the mythics. Finally, in the traditional foil space, which includes all rares and mythics from the main set, plus all borderless, we saw 100% of the commons and uncommons, as well as 47 rares and 14 mythics. Taking a look at duplication, out of the 256 cards tracked from the first borderless card in each pack, this case had 73 duplicate cards, giving it a duplication percentage of 29%. This is far less than the case that Alpha Investments opened, which had a duplication percentage of 34%. In the non-foil borderless space, we saw playsets of Spell Pierce, Unearth, Monastery Swiftspear, and Coiling Oracle. And in the foil space, we saw playsets of the borderless Rampant Growth and the Cassili Pride Mage. Here's a look at all the cards that we saw in box 1 of the opening. The non-foils are on the left side of your screen and the foils are on the right. Now the prices shown are going to be the TCG market price if available, and if not, it's the lowest pre-sale price I could find on TCG Player. In this box, we saw 3 big hits, with the borderless Force of Negation at $94.49, the foil etched Aether Vial at $50, and the foil borderless Dragonlord Dromaka at $122.29. This gave the box a market price value of $621.87. Here's a look at all the cards that we saw in box 2 of the opening. Again, the non-foils are on the left and the foils are on the right. In this box, we saw 3 more big hits, with the foil etched Grim Flare at $67.99, the Smothering Tide at foil borderless, bringing in $104.48, and the foil borderless Mana Drain at $280. These, along with the other cards, gave the box a market price value of $853.12. Here's a look at the cards that we saw in box 3 of the opening. In this box, Joey pulled the fire with 5 big hits, starting off with a borderless Mana Drain at $75.07, a borderless Phyrexian Altar at $71.16, and a foil etched Drogskull Reaver at $59.96. We also saw a foil borderless Allura Shepherd at $103.31, and we got our first look at a textured foil Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn, at $541.67. These cards gave the box a total market price value of $1,098.90. Here's a look at all the cards that we saw in box 4 of the opening. In this box, we saw 4 big hits, starting off with a foil etched Culligan's Command at $53.51, a foil etched Wrenn and 6 at $160.22, a foil Cavern of Souls from the main set at $62, and finally, another foil etched Ulamog the Infinite Gyre in textured foil at $600. In total, all the cards added up to $1,153.70. Here's a look at all the cards that we saw in box 5 of the opening. This box certainly wasn't as hot as the previous two, but it did contain 3 big hits. It had a foil etched privileged position at $69.95, a foil borderless hardened scales at $60, and finally a foil borderless cavern of souls at $126.41. Add it all up, and the box had a market price value of $631.74. Here's a look at all the cards that we saw in box 6 of the opening. We started off with an Ulamog Infinite Gyre and borderless at $90.80, and then a Damnation in foil etched at $148.65, and then a Pharmaticon also in foil etched at $65.92. We saw a Chaos Warp in foil borderless at $52, and a Concordant Crossroads also in foil borderless at $82.98. In total, this box had a market price value of $700.46. Box 7 also had 5 big hits, starting off with an Allure Shepherd at $52.83, a Crucible of Worlds at $67.23, a Drogskull Reaver in foil etched at $59.96, a foil borderless Dockside Extortionist at $162.17, and a foil borderless Vidalcan Ori at $82.83. In total, this box had a market price value of $708.09. Last Pack Moss was not in session today. His last box only contained 3 big hits, starting off with a Hardened Scales and Borderless at $60, a foil etched Crucible of Worlds at $99.93, and then a foil borderless Force of Negation at $128.33. This brought the box total up to $581.44, which is the lowest value of any of the 8 boxes. Here's a look at the 8 collector booster boxes in this case and their corresponding hits and box values. The 2 most valuable boxes contain those textured foils, bringing them both over the $1,000 mark. Finally, here's a look at the box values for both cases. I used the same price sheet for both cases, so we are comparing apples to apples. In this chart, I've ranked the boxes from lowest to highest value and not the order in which they were opened. Bad Boy Gaming had the 2 most valuable boxes of the 16, and Alpha Investments had the lowest value box of both cases. In the end, Joey's case had $6,079.32 in value, whereas Rudy's case had $6,344.11 in value. Despite having the lowest box value and coming in third for the most valuable box, the value of the Alpha Investment boxes were consistently higher, giving Rudy the win. Sorry, Joey. Thank you so much for watching. I've got my pre-orders in and should be opening at least 2 booster boxes and 4 collector boxes on the channel as soon as they arrive. So if you want to see those openings and their corresponding MTG box analysis, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, do something amazing.